In 1921, there was a neighborhood in America so successful, it was called Black Wall Street. It was located in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in a district known as Greenwood. At a time when segregation limited opportunity, Greenwood thrived. Black-owned banks, black-owned businesses, doctors, lawyers, newspapers, theaters. For many African Americans, Greenwood was proof that prosperity was possible, even in a deeply divided nation. But in less than 24 hours, it would be destroyed. The spark came on May 30th, 1921. A young black man named Dick Rowland was accused of assaulting a white woman in an elevator. The accusation was never proven, but rumors spread quickly. Newspapers published inflammatory headlines. Tension filled the city. That night, a white mob gathered outside the Tulsa courthouse, demanding Rowland be handed over. Fearing a lynching, armed black veterans from Greenwood went to the courthouse to protect him. Many of them had just returned from World War I. They had fought for democracy abroad. Now they stood to defend it at home. A confrontation followed. A shot was fired. Chaos erupted. By nightfall, white mobs poured into Greenwood. They looted homes. They set businesses on fire. They attacked residents in the streets. As dawn broke on June 1st, the violence escalated. Airplanes flew overhead. Witnesses later testified that incendiary devices were dropped from the sky. This was one of the first times in American history that a civilian population was attacked from the air. By the time the violence ended, Greenwood was in ruins. More than 35 city blocks were destroyed. Over 1,200 homes burned to the ground. Thousands were left homeless. The death toll was never officially confirmed. Estimates range from dozens to hundreds. Bodies were buried in unmarked graves. Records disappeared. Stories were silenced. Instead of helping the victims, local authorities arrested many black residents. Some were detained for days. Others were forced to carry identification just to move freely. Insurance companies refused to pay claims, calling the destruction a riot instead of a massacre. Greenwood's residents tried to rebuild, and many did, but the wealth that had once defined Black Wall Street was gone. For decades, the Tulsa Race Massacre was barely mentioned in history books. Schools didn't teach it. Cities didn't acknowledge it. Survivors were told to stay quiet. It wasn't until nearly a century later that America began to confront what happened. Mass graves were searched for. Survivors testified. The nation finally listened. The Tulsa Race Massacre is not just a story of destruction. It is a story of erased history. It shows how fear, lies, and unchecked violence can wipe out generations of progress in a single day. And it forces a difficult question. What other stories were never told? This was not ancient history. This happened in modern America. And remembering it is not about blame. It is about truth. Because a nation that forgets its past is destined to repeat it. This is Untold USA History.